Today we're here at Valley Forge Military Academy and College in Wayne, Pennsylvania, and we're here with the VF Rifle Club advisor, the faculty advisor. Thank you very much for coming on today, Chris.
Hey, thanks for having me, and I want to welcome you back, Vining, class of 2010. Here's a cadet who started VF Rifle many years ago here, right in this range. So I want to welcome him back, of course.
So the story with VF Rifle is that initially when I came to Valley Forge, we had tons of rifles here, tons of demilled M1s that we used for parades. And I was kind of annoyed that being into shooting, there's no actual rifle club here. And when I found out we had an indoor range, I was even more annoyed because we've got an indoor range, we've got the guns, what's going on here? But I started this thing, 7, 8 years ago at this point in time. But really what I think is more important is that you actually continued it. And so I want to ask you about some of the stuff that you've had to deal with along the way, and how has it gone on throughout the years?
Well, yeah, as you said, it was ironic that we have a military school, military model. I've always had parents come up to me and say, hey, how can my son learn how to shoot safely? And I'd say, well, there is a range, we don't really use it much, so we decided to change that. We eventually got off post up at a place called Ole Valley near Reading. So they were really cooperative and supportive, like, hey, you guys have young cadets that want to learn the Second Amendment and safety. They made it work where we paid a fee. We could shoot trap there. We still do. We shoot rifle there, trap. We've done pistol.
And what's the deal so far? We've got you've got the older rifles, the bolt action 22s. We've also got the Smith & Wesson M22 or MP15s. Yeah. Right. So what's the deal with that? What's going on with the armory right now?
Well, we do have a ton of old 22s from the 50s and 60s. I mean, like the Cold War. We don't use many of them. Some of them are antiquated. We generally use the Smith & Wesson M&P 1522s. But yeah, generally, I just want to emphasize, we teach marksmanship and safety. It's not, we don't teach Olympic-style shooting like the 50s.
Why is it so important from your point of view, and just from an educational standpoint, why isn't it so important to get high schoolers, to get kids into shooting, and not only into shooting, but also into proper marksmanship and proper safety fundamentals? Why is that important in this day and age?
Safety. We need more young people that know how to handle firearms safely. That's first and foremost the mission of VF Rifle. Safety, then marksmanship. When it could be 20 years from now and our cadets know how to handle a weapon safely. If they want to go in the military or law enforcement, we can help them with that. We've had, right here is an example of a proud veteran. No, seriously, we have a lot of, 2 of our last presidents went to Naval Academy. John Ensley went in the Rangers, but it's not paramilitary or meant to train guys tactically. Like I said, it's just firearm safety, getting to know weapons, especially with my background. I like historic weapons, World War II, Kalashnikovs. But it's an extension of education overall.
So what are some of the hurdles that VF Rifle is going through right now, and what do you see in the future for expanding with VF Rifle or keeping it where it is? What does VF Rifle need to get over to be more successful?
We always need more training opportunities, range opportunities. At one point there was a question about competition, which I think we've satisfied to an extent with trap. I want to state that. We also have a trap program, which last year we went competitive. We shoot at Westchester. We shoot in the ATA, which is Amateur Trap Association. AIM is their youth program for ATA, and we did win the Maryland state title, but for their age group. With 2 cadets, and then they also had some non-cadets. But it was a nice start. So there is trap that's competitive. Constantino does it. He's doing a great job for us. But yeah, there's a question of, can we get into more competitions? There's a lot of kids that really want to do tactical shooting.
Hey guys, so that was the current VF faculty advisor for VF Rifle. So today I pulled off 2 cadets to the side, and we're going to try to talk to them about some of their involvement with rifle and what they think from the cadet side of things. So guys, can you introduce yourselves for the TFB TV viewers and talk about some of your roles at Valley Forge as well?
Sure. My name's Alex Constantino. I am the Battalion Sergeant Major here at Valley Forge. Wow. And then also I'm the Vice President of VF Rifle. Basically, I'm in charge of making sure the trips are running smoothly. I'm one of the head RSOs as a cadet, and we just make sure everything runs smoothly, everyone's safe, and everyone's having a good time.
I'm William McCoyak. I'm a Staff Sergeant here, Squad Leader of E Battery. I'm one of the RSOs in the Rifle Club. I mainly just watch, make sure the kids don't try to flag anyone, are safely loading the rifles.
It's something that's really, really great. It teaches a lot, and it taught me. I had some general gun knowledge before, but it taught me everything that I know. Clearing, more specifics. field stripping. It's just taught me a lot more advanced stuff about marksmanship and how to use a rifle. Especially for a lot of younger kids, is something that's really great because it teaches, number one thing is safety. That's with any marksmanship, pistol, shotgun, rifle, is safety. You could be the best shooter in the world, but you won't be able to function if you're not safe with your weapon. The other thing is marksmanship. It teaches you how to be accurate, use proper techniques to improve your accuracy, improve your groupings, things like that. Not a lot of kids can go and say, hey, I shot 223, ARs, AKs, SKSs. That's something that we hold pride in, especially being a high school. That's something that not a lot of high schools have.
No. So I just love teaching kids rifle safety because it's fun to teach a new generation how to be at least safe with a rifle, because in case maybe something's happening and they need to actually pick up a rifle one day, you need to know how to use it safely, not, hey, let's just aim it over here and see what happens. Yeah, you always have to be safe with the rifle. And it's fun to also go on the trips. It's because you get to see kids enjoying themselves, having fun.
But one of the things that we're doing is, like Captain Bechtel said, expanding teams. We have a trap team now. For a little bit, we had a air rifle team and a 22 competition team. We had that for a little bit. Then the laws changed and high schools weren't allowed to do it as much. I'm trying to hopefully see, I do a lot of 3-gun. And I want to see, a 3-gun tactical team, because I know a lot of kids are into tactical shooting. It looks cool, it feels cool, and you get to shoot a lot of steel. Shooting steel is so fun. And hope, expanding to a skeet team. We already have a trap team. Like Captain Bechtel said, we won the Maryland championship. Getting a 3-gun team. Getting a sporting clay team. Something that I see us expanding into a lot of teams. And, we have, us being a military school, we have kids who have excellent leadership experience. That's one of the great things that the school in general provides, also with rifle. They could take on that team as themselves, and, so you don't have to have Captain Bechtel going around each spot. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but definitely in the future I see that happening, because the interest in VF rifle has been increasing since day one.
It interests people a lot more to know that we have teams, not just we're just going to go out and shoot, and then we have a trap team, because to get on the trap team is competitive. So if we have more teams, then more people can get on a different team, more people want to join.
Well, thank you very much, Chris. I really appreciate you sitting down and talking with us today. I think this is really cool because on TFB TV we're so concerned with small arms and with new stuff and with historical stuff and with military stuff that we sometimes forget where we began, and we sometimes forget some of the most important fundamentals of the sport that we're in, and the stuff like safety, stuff like marksmanship, that all had to begin somewhere. And if we don't give back to that community, that's going to end somewhere as well at some point in time. So we really appreciate you coming on today and telling us, and really just reminding us how important it is to keep this alive for future generations of new shooters.
It's great having alumni back that especially are knowledgeable, or veterans like you helping out cadets and promoting the Second Amendment.
Thanks again, guys. We'd really like to give a shout out to our sponsors, Ventura Munitions and Proxybid. They help out a lot with the camera equipment, and we hope to see you again next week.